Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on my The Cartoon Man 13 channel, and this time, I got me a movie professor named Darian Tawning to talk about the very first animated film that was ever made. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, Darian, who were the good guys and bad guys?
Well, our main princess is Snow White, the heroes are the seven dwarfs, and the villain is the queen.
Who are the seven dwarfs?
They are Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sneezy, Bashful, Sleepy, and Dopey.
Oh, I see. Well, what was the plot?
The movie starts off with the queen. She asks to the magic mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" The mirror answers, "Snow White." Then, we meet Snow White. She was working too hard.
That is so impossible.
Yes, I know. Then the queen hires her assistant to kill her, but the assistant fails, and tells her to go away. So, Snow White is on the run, and she starts crying after the run, but the animals stop her crying. Her crying is pretty weird, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Anyway, Snow White and the animals visit a little screwed up cottage, and she cleans it up with the animals. Then we meet the seven dwarfs. They were too busy working, but then the clock goes off, and the dwarfs sing hi-ho. Then Snow White visits the bedrooms. They were tiny. Snow White slept on 3 of them. Then the dwarfs come to view. And they realized that their house was clean.
Yeah, because of Snow White.
At first, they thought that Snow White was a ghost or dragon or something like that. Then, a couple minutes later, they discover Snow White. And Snow White has a conversation with the dwarfs. Then Snow White plans a feast for the dwarfs. Grumpy didn't feel like it, and Opie swallowed a bar of soap. Don't try this at home. Then the feast was eaten.
Yeah, and what's up with the queen?
Well, the queen disguises herself as a hag for revenge on Snow White.
That scene is over. Now, what's with Snow and the dwarfs?
They danced in the night and other things. Then Snow White sings to the dwarfs, "Someday my prince will come." Then the dwarfs take a nap. Now, we go back to the queen. The queen poisons an apple for Snow White to eat, then she goes to the cottage. The next day, the dwarfs go to work. Now the queen as that hag gives the poisoned apple to Snow White, then she eats it, then she's dead.
Now wait just a minute, Snow White isn't really dead, and the apple wasn't poison at all. She was seriously playing dead until her boyfriend comes kissing at her.
The animals warn the dwarfs about Snow White getting killed by the queen. Then the dwarfs go after the queen. But then a stroke of lightning made the queen fall to her death. After that, the dwarfs made a coffin out of glass and gold to mourn the loss of Snow White, when we know that she was sleeping.
Playing dead.
Whatever. Then the prince comes to Snow White, then kisses her, and Snow White has come back to life. Then it marks the end of the movie.
Well, a very good plot, my dear friend. Since it was the first animated film ever made, I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
Now, let me talk to you about the home video history of the movie that we reviewed. It was first released on home video in 1994 as part of the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection. Then, in 2001, a platinum edition of the movie was released on home video and DVD. Then in 2009, a diamond edition DVD and Blu-ray of the movie was released.
Pretty interesting. I will get the diamond edition Blu-ray, since I have a PlayStation 3. Well, that's our review of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I will see you next time.